The YD Red Sox hit the road and travel to Veterans Field for the first time this season as they take on the Chatham Anglers, meeting number 2. Brandon Pelter here with Dana Gray. Dana, the first meeting, a 1-1 tie back at Red Wilson Field between these two squads, but it was YD that had the opportunity in the 9th. A bases loaded, 1 out, and a botched suicide squeeze.
Just a brutal attempt at, you can go back and, of course, you can critique the offensive play, you could critique the defensive play, but Red Sox were in prime position to take away 2 points from that ball game, and which was a really fun one as well. Low scoring, just 1-1 apiece. Red Sox run coming off a pass ball, Chatham hitting a solo home run, just a wacky ball game that we didn't even know if he was going to get in, but it seems like ages ago back on the second day of the season, and both these teams they look a lot different right now than they did a couple weeks ago.
They certainly do. The Red Sox come in at 8-5-2. They've won 3 straight. The Anglers 6-2, and they've lost their last 3.
So 2 different teams, obviously, and 2 different mentalities, and especially with Chatham losing their offensive firepower and Spencer Torkelson over to Team USA on Monday. He was leading the Anglers in pretty much every offensive category possible. And now that's up to the rest of the 9 hitters to make up for that. And, that's not a position that you can fill with one guy. That's just got to be a team effort to try and fill up some gaps.
Well, at least this isn't like the Wareham squad that lost Andrew Vaughn and a couple other players, their hottest hitters in the lineup. But still, Torkelson, a big loss for the Anglers. They'll have to find the bats in the middle there to really make up for it. YD, on the other hand, top offense in the league in the last couple games. They've been churning.
They just surely have the best on-base percentage in the league. They're finding ways to get runs across the plate. And it's kind of weird to think about that they're the top offense because we haven't really seen offensive explosions from them throughout the summer. There's been a lot of close, low-scoring, one-run games. But when it comes down to it, the team is getting base hits, not hitting for power, but just finding ways to win ball games.
Just about ready here for first pitch, so we'll give you the YD Red Sox lineup here, game number 16 for them. Leading off in center field, it's Zach Ashford, batting second and making his first start at second base from USC. It's Noah Campbell. Andrew Dashback is at first base. He bats 3, and Quinn Cotton in left bats 4. Batting fifth, it's Reese Albert in right field, and making his debut for YD, it's Zach Zubia from Texas. He's the DH. Batting 7th is Christian Cost, the shortstop. Batting 8th, Andrew Martinez is at third base. And finally, the 9-man Matt Dyer catching tonight for YD. And they will face Jack Conlon.
Just making his second start of the summer, his 3rd appearance. Has 1 victory already to his name through 6 innings.
Conlon, a 6'4" righty. He winds in the first pitch. Misses down low. First pitch comes at 7:03 on a beautiful Friday night here in Chatham. Middle of downtown, sun still shining. The 1-0 swung on in line to the right side, past a diving Brandon Fryman into right field. A leadoff single for Zach Ashford, and he's now hit in 7 straight games.
That's just exactly what your leadoff man has been doing pretty much all summer, putting the ball in play. Not giving you a ton of power, but that's not what you need, and Red Sox get a base runner.
Here comes Noah Campbell. Hasn't been a consistent starter for YD. A lot of changing lineups for the Red Sox, but he's got a 5-game hitting streak going on as well. He comes on, no outs, top of the first. Ashford aboard to lead off the game for the Red Sox. Conlon, his 3rd appearance of the season. First pitch, called a strike on the outer third. So far, a 1-0 record for the Anglers starter out of Texas A&M, ERA of 6. Conlon, the righty, sets first base side of the rubber at the chest. Here's the 0-1. Off speed, stays well upstairs around the eyes and on the outer third, and the count evens. Zach Ashford, some speed as well, swiped 3 of 6 bags so far.
You'd have to think that at some point this at-bat, especially with a righty on the mound, he's going to at least try.
Campbell sways the bat over the plate. YD newly first-place team in the East. 11-inning win over Harwich 2 nights ago. No teams across the Cape playing last night. Torrential downpours. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled just over the press box to our left. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes on the 2-man. Noah Campbell, no outs. And the top of the first, and a man aboard for the Red Sox.
It's not the second time that contest in Bourne has been rained out. We've tried and tried. Span of a week, just seems like they don't want us to go over to Doran Park.
Conlon sets. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3. Clips the outside corner, and Campbell down on strikes for the first out of the night.
No argument there from Noah. That's a nice put-out pitch from Conlon, though. Something that Campbell's probably got to offer at. Got a lot of the plate.
Here's the big and mighty Andrew Dashbach. Reached in all 12 games that he's been a part of, with hits coming in 10 of those contests. He's hitting .378 to lead YD. Dashbach, the big righty out of Stanford, settles in. Conlon sets the first pitch. Off speed, call a strike on the inner third.
Dashbach's just been a godsend to this Red Sox lineup. The way that he's brought power to YD throughout a 9 rotation that doesn't just give you a lot of power. And if you can have even just one guy that has the opportunity to hit one out every once in a while throughout a lineup that's going to be hitting for contact, that's already proved that that's more than good enough.
Well, with Dashbach, you know you'll get some strikeouts as a throw goes over to first. Ashford back safely, but you get the power as well. With Stanford this season, hit .287, 17 home runs for the Cardinal. Conlon, the righty, sets at the chest, the 0-1. Misses down low and inside. The count evens. First responders night here at the ballpark. So a nice celebration pregame. Firefighters, police officers as well from the town of Chatham. Got a nice hand, and see the fire department out in right field beyond the fence with a big flag. The 1-1 swung on and in the air down the right field line. A towering fly ball that hooks foul. Now the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. But how about that flag out there hanging off of one of the ladder engines? How big do you think that is, Dana?
Oh, my God. It's 20 by 20?
Bigger than that.
It makes the scenery at Veterans Field even that much better. Just crazy to say in the way that it's laid out right in the town center, as you mentioned, and have the flag out in right center. It really is kind of picture perfect.
That's waving a bit toward the right field line. Ball and 2 strikes here on Andrew Dashbach. Ashford aboard at first base, just an out in the top of the first. 1-2 offering. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, of the shortstop fielded cleanly there by Jones, and he'll take it to second, flips to first in time for the double play. 6-4-3. Red Sox down here in order in the top of the first inning. Home half, Chatham coming to bat. We'll be back in just a moment. No score between the Red Sox and Anglers. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. No score here at Veterans Field as we head to the home half of the first inning. It's YD and Chatham doing battle. Second of 6 meetings this season. Here's the lineup for the 6-6-2 Anglers in their 16th game of the season. Greg Jones leads things off. He's the shortstop. Josh Rave bats 2. He's in center field. Batting 3 is the first baseman Tristan English, and batting 4th in left field, it's Colin Simpson. The designated hitter and a former Red Sox is Drew Mendoza. He's batting 5. And the right fielder, Adam Fogel, bats 6. The third baseman is Ben Ramirez, batting 7th, and the catcher, Jake Taylor, bats 8th, while rounding out the Anglers' order, the second baseman is Brandon Fryman. He'll face Carl Kaufman out on the mound. Kaufman for YD, making his 3rd start of the season. So far, a 1-0 record, ERA of 0, 7 strikeouts through 10 innings pitched.
I mean, nearly perfect. The 10 innings, only giving up 3 hits. The walks have plagued him a bit. That's where he's run into trouble. 3 against Katuitt and 5 in that first start against the Mariners. So if he can stay away from giving up free passes to this Anglers lineup and just keep pitching the way that he has, he's going to give the Red Sox a chance to win, especially considering how many different guys are leaving and coming and going. Red Sox losing Alec Marsh, who looked like was going to be a prime starter for the Red Sox, to an innings limit. If Carl Kaufman can turn into this ace, I think it's his job to take.
Kaufman out of Michigan. Again, making his third start and leading things off here for the Anglers. It's Greg Jones, hitting just south of 300, 295. Jones from UNC Wilmington. There's 3 big flies so far this season. The lefty takes a practice hack, steps into the batter's box. No score, home half of the first. A beautiful evening in Chatham. First pitch. Breaking ball called a strike on the outer third. Kaufman, when he's feeling the rhythm, will work quickly into the wind. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. Again, breaking ball, outer third, and quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes is the righty Kaufman on the lefty Greg Jones. Into the wind. 0-2 offering. This is well outside. Kaufman's parents in town here for the week, getting to see Carl make the start tonight. 1-2. Just slapped. Ground ball left side. Cost the shortstop Fields on to first in time for the first out.
Christian Koss is a guy that's really settled down after he had a couple of rough days in the infield to start off the summer. He's been bounced around a little bit, third, short, and second. That one just waited on it. Let it come to him, and plenty of time to get the out.
Another left-handed hitter stepping up to the plate, and John Rave hitting .353 this season. Chatham, couple big bats there with Rave and Tristan English hitting over 400 on deck. Here's the first pitch. Called a strike, squared around for a moment, then pulled it back. Rave taps the plate. Kaufman ready. He winds. The 0-1. Fastball misses just away. The infield for Whitey at third base, it's Andrew Martinez. Christian Koss is at short. Noah Campbell making his first start at second, and Andrew Dashbach at first. The 1-1. Misses upstairs. In the outfield, left to right, Quinn Cotton, Zach Ashford in center, and Reese Albert in right. They're shifted over toward the left field line. 2-1 delivery. Tapped foul, first base side. Matt Dyer catching the balls and strikes for YD tonight.
A lot of speed in that outfield, specifically out in center and left field. We've already seen Red Sox swipe away a couple of extra base hits this summer. Nice asset to have as a pitcher.
Kaufman, the 2-2. Swung on and chopped up the first base side, but foul. Just about 5 feet or so wide of the line. So the count remains 1 out, home half of the first. No score between YD and Chatham. Game number 1 ended in a 1-1 tie, but YD a prime opportunity to win it. Bases juiced in the 9th with an out. 2-2. Swung on that on a line to right. Reese Albert is there, though, makes the catch.
I shouldn't just say center and left as well. We've seen Albert make a pretty darn nice play out in left field about a week ago at Red Wilson Field. So all the outfielders for the Red Sox showing us something.
The YD bullpen is stationed in foul territory, but in play down the left field line. Albert went through that, jumped up against a waist-high fence, and he was able to haul in a terrific catch. Here's the 3-man Tristan English. First pitch. Called a strike. English hitting .405 with 2 home runs. One of the top batting averages in the league from Georgia Tech. Kaufman winds 0-1. Swung on a broken back grounder. The second baseman Campbell on to first in time. And the Anglers go down in order in the home half of the first. Still no score through 1 at Veterans Field. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. No score through a 1 at Veterans Field. Red Sox and Anglers doing battle for the second time this season. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray. And the field alignment for the Anglers in the outfield left to right. Colin Simpson is in left. John Rave is in center field. And Adam Fogel is in right. To the infield, Ben Ramirez is at third base. Greg Jones, the shortstop. Brandon Fryman at second base. And Tristan English at first. Catching balls and strikes tonight, Jake Taylor. Calling them, home plate umpire Rick Antonio. At first base, it's Rudy Fernbach. Third base umpires Frank Auditorius. Quinn Cotton, the four-man, steps up to the plate for YD. Zach Ashford reached with a single to start off the game for the Red Sox, but Andrew Dashbach double play ended the first inning. It's Conlon into the wind. First pitch. Misses up and in just a bit. Jack Conlon, drafted last year by the Orioles in the fourth round. Didn't end up going. 1-0. Swung on and ground ball on two hops to the first baseman English. Flips on to Conlon in time for the first out.
Nice shot by English to back up with that one and not speed up himself as he saw Cotton charging down the line and just take that patiently.
That ground ball had a little
geez, Brandon.
English.
We're in the second inning and we're already starting with that.
Here's Reese Albert, the left-handed hitter. First pitch. Misses low and away. Well, the chopper came up and into the bell. I mean, he had to kind of back up, as you mentioned. And
it did have some English on it, yes. You're very right.
I thought it was clever.
It was.
1-0 count on Albert. Here's the pitch. Misses well up and away.
You know that I may be the only person that will actually allow and even humor your humor.
I appreciate that. 2-0 is the count on Reese Albert. Conlon winds and deals. Up and away. 3 balls and no strikes on Reese Albert. Justin out in the top of the second. Still no score. The 3-0 from Conlon. Took a little off it. Called a strike right down Main Street. We've seen so many different lineups from the Red Sox and Scott Pickler so far this season. Really don't know much of what to expect. The 3-1. Called a strike. Clips the outside corner. You can kind of guess positions, who's going to be in the game, but you really never know from day to day.
Really, Zach Ashford leading things off is the only certainty.
3-2. Swung on and missed. Fastball on the outer third, probably up above the letters. Nevertheless, the second out and second strikeout for Jack Conlon.
Most certainly ball 4 that Reese Albert was going for up there. And a great at-bat for Conlon to work his way back in the count after falling behind 3-0.
Here's Zach Zubia making his Red Sox debut. First at-bat of the season from Texas. The first pitch. Off speed, called a strike at the knees, inner third. Zubia, 6'4" righty. Hit .277 this season. 11 big flies, 44 RBIs. Another big bat, the 0-1. Swung on and driven out to center field. Rave a few steps back, and he makes the catch for the third out. Red Sox go down in order. Top of the second comes to a close. Still no score between YD and Chatham. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. No score, bottom of the second. YD and Chatham doing battle here at Veterans Field on a picture-perfect Friday evening. Sun still shining down in foul territory from about the base of the mound to home plate, and a stretch of the outfield with some sunlight as well. So we near 7:30. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Simpson, Mendoza, and Fogel due up here for the Anglers in the home half of the second. Kaufman put down the Anglers in order in the first pitch. Fastball just misses away.
Found the strike zone a lot in the first as well. And we talked about the walks he had coming in to avoid that. The first inning's a good sign.
1-0. Check swing. Did he go? Appeal down. Yes, he did, says Frank Auditory behind third base. So a ball and a strike here on Colin Simpson, Oklahoma State product. Simpson, another lefty here in this Anglers lineup. The 1-1. Waved at and missed. Off speed, outer third, and Simpson well out ahead.
Well out in front of that one. And Kaufman's doing his best when he can get hitters to swing over that one and then place a fastball.
1-2. Misses inside, makes its way to the backstop. Red shirt Friday here for the Anglers. The Cape Cod red jerseys. Written in script in white out across the chest. White numerals on the back. The red jerseys. And first responders night as well. Here's the 2-2. Misses outside. Count runs full here on the leadoff man in the bottom of the second. That's Colin Simpson. Simpson hitting just 137 so far for Chatham. Payoff pitch. Tapped foul out in front of the Red Sox dugout, first base side.
What's your take on the Red Sox third jerseys, if you will, or the ones they sport when they're away on Red Shirt Friday?
They're actually my favorite.
Really?
They're my favorite. We'll describe them in just a moment as Kaufman begins to wind the payoff pitch. Again, tapped foul, first base side. A white jersey with, you have coming down really outside of where the buttons are, a baseball seam-looking red stripe.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
With blue in on the rib cages and the Cape map on the chest with Sox, the White Sox logo coming down. 3-2 is swung and over to shortstop on the ground. Cost Fields over to first. Simpson able to just throw the bat head out and roll over on that one.
Well, that's a great job by Kaufman, who got himself in a battle with a cleanup hitter, but it never really seemed like Simpson was at all in control during that at-bat, and the best he could do was just force a fair ground out.
Here's Drew Mendoza, spent last season with the YD Red Sox, was slated to come back this season. Things changed at the last minute. Could only play DH due to an injury, the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, called a strike. Mendoza last season with YD hit 171. Home run for the Red Sox. Struggled a bit. 0-1. Just misses outside. This past season with Florida State, 313. 7 home runs, 44 RBIs as well for the lefty. The 1-1 delivery. Outside corner, called a strike.
The big thing for Drew in last summer was those plus 30 strikeouts, and a guy that you know could hit for power, but was it worth it if he's striking out so much? And here he's in a hole right now.
1-2. Misses well away and upstairs. Mendoza, 32 strikeouts in 82 at-bats for YD. This past season, 63 strikeouts and over 220 at-bats. Here's the 2-2. In the dirt, and the count runs full yet again here on an Anglers hitter. Bottom of the second. No score and an out. Sun continues to set. Gets a little cooler here. The payoff pitch swung on. A soft grounder to the right side. Campbell to his left. Fields. And the short throw onto first is in time for the second out.
Love to see that out of these first 5 batters, Kaufman's induced 4 lazy ground balls. He's got his good stuff going tonight.
Just one ball hit hard, that by John Rave, but to right, directly at Reese Albert. As the 6-man Adam Fogel steps in, another Angler struggling at the plate. Fogel hitting just 105 so far this season. The first pitch. Breaking ball misses in and up around the letters. Beautiful night. Plenty of fans on hand here downtown Chatham. The 1-0. Swung on and a soft liner over the head of Andrew Dashbach and into right field. The Anglers with their first hit of the night, thanks to Adam Fogel here in the bottom of the second.
Just a really nice swing from Fogel right there, not trying to do a whole lot, but kind of slice it to the opposite field. Dashbach made a dive at it upwards and just couldn't corral it.
Ben Ramirez from USC, teammate with Noah Campbell, into the left-handed batter's box. 2 outs. Bottom of the second, still no score. And first base runner of the day here for the Anglers. Kaufman, the righty, sets the first pitch. Swung on and missed. That one down around the shoe tops. Kaufman peers in towards home. Now a quick peek at first for the tall righty from Michigan. Sets at the chest, first base side of the rubber. 0-1. Misses down low, skips away from Dyer for a sec. He picks it up quickly. Nowhere for Adam Fogel to go.
Something to watch tonight with Dyer behind the plate is talked about a few days ago. Seems like he's cleaned up his act behind the dish after that game against Brewster with a few pass balls that he probably wants to forget.
From the stretch, the 1-1. Misses outside. Coaching staff said it was a pretty simple fix. The 6'4" righty catcher, big for a catcher, was dropping the knee, which got in the way of him blocking balls and getting the glove to the 5-hole. 2-1 delivery. Runner goes, swung and tapped off the mound right to Koss. On second, he fields, flips to first, and in time, he didn't have it at second base there. Runner called safe, but the throw to first is in time. So no runs on a hit, 1 man left on base through 2 innings here at Veterans Field. No score between Whitey and Chatham. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the third, no score at Veterans Field between YD and Chatham. And it's still Jack Conlon out on the bump for the Anglers. Both teams with just a hit, as Christian Koss leads off the top of the third here for the Red Sox. If you haven't taken a peek at our Twitter, you can look at us at YD_Red Sox and catch up on some Sox Snacks episodes. Dana and I eating some of the local food. The first pitch to Koss, line, but right at the second baseman. Fryman makes the catch for the first out. Soft liner off the bat of Christian Koss.
I'd say we kind of sold ourselves a little bit short today, Brandon. The concession stand wasn't open. We were running out of time before first pitch, but we saw that Cumberland Farms sign glowing in the distance.
Just about 200 feet or so from the field. Not
talk about location.
Just right there off the parking lot. The first pitch to Andrew Martinez, misses low and in. So we went for the ice cream tonight.
And Friendly's ice cream. So it wasn't like we were completely corporate sellouts. A good New England brand.
1-0. Misses up and away. Is it a New England brand?
I believe so. I've always thought so.
News to me.
Growing up in I mean, there were friendlies all over Massachusetts and New Hampshire, Rhode Island. Maybe not.
Here's the 2-0 to Martinez. Breaking ball, called strike, sweeps toward the outer third.
So I got banana split. You got what again?
Ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake. And we gave very similar ratings, actually.
We did.
Even though they're very different flavors.
2-1 from Conlon as he winds. Off speed, called a strike on the inside corner.
Maybe what we should do is, if anyone's listening out there, which there's a possibility no one is, but if they are, tweet at us a snack that they want us to try for the next game.
Terrific idea. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a grounder, routine to the left side, off the chest of Jones. He won't have a play. Greg Jones boots it. And Andrew Martinez aboard here, top of the third, with Justin out thanks to the E6.
Just tough luck for Jones, who kind of had to gobble it up into his body. The transfer from almost his chest to his glove, he lost it.
So that's a terrific idea. Tweet at us what you want next featured on Sox Snacks. If you haven't seen it, find him at YD_Red Sox. That on Twitter. The 9-man Matt Dyer steps up. Man aboard. Conlon, the righty, sets first base side of the rubber. Dyer calls for time. You can tweet at me, at Brandon Pelter, or at Dana Gray, GREYSYR for
just some shameless social media plugs. What are you going to do?
Conlon peeks at first. He sets. First pitch. Runner goes. This one tapped up the third base side and touched up foul by Ramirez. Hit and run on. Not much of a surprise from Scott Pickler, field manager for the Red Sox.
Well, it's the right call. Dyer not doing fantastic at the plate, and if you're trying to avoid a double play like that, Martinez with good speed, that's one way to do it.
So tonight, you have Scott Pickler in his 21st season, Tom Holliday in his first season with the Anglers as the field manager after John Schiffner called it quits after a terrific career here with the Anglers.
Talk about tough shoes to fill. My goodness, winning his coach in all of history.
Martinez off of first. He reached on the E6. Justin out here in the top of the third. Dyer at the plate. Conlon with the 0-1. Fastball outer third, called a strike, and the 9-man's in a hole. Dyer from Arizona sat out this past season after transferring from Oregon. Conlon again peeks at first there over at Martinez. No stolen bases this season. The 0-2 swung on and missed. That one up around the letters. A fastball powered past him. There are 2 away.
And you could tell Conlon was confident in that at bat. And Dyer never looked extremely comfortable challenging upstairs and came up way empty.
That brings up the 1-man, Zach Ashford, the lone hit for the Red Sox tonight. 2 outs in the top of the third. Andrew Martinez is aboard at first. He reached on the E6. Still no score here. Early in this ball game, beautiful night in Chatham. Throw over to first, and Martinez back with a head-first slide. Still no tweets on my phone. How about you?
Nah, it's been dead silent all day.
Conlon, the righty, sets at the chest. First pitch. Called a strike outside corner to Ashford.
Maybe we should just have anyone tweet at us if they're listening at all. Maybe tell us where you're listening from. We'll give you a shout out. Try and build that listenership up a little bit.
Love to know where you're tuning in from. We are at a beautiful Veterans Field. Probably mid-70s now. Temperature dropping just a bit as the sun continues to set. Another throw over to first. Martinez back. Lights just booting up here at the ballpark. But plenty of sunshine to keep us going for the next 45 minutes or so. No score between YD and Chatham. Just a hit for each ball club as well. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses down low. Zach Ashford, who's 1 for 1 tonight, extended his hitting streak to 7 games with a single to start the ball game out to right field. Conlon peeks at first. He comes set right around the chest in the righty with the 1-1. Breaking ball called to strike on the outer third.
For a guy that struggled in this short time so far for the Anglers, and Conlon, he's looked very sharp so far. The 3 strikeouts, and other than an error and a single, it's been pretty darn good.
Conlon nods the head yes. Righty throws over to first. Once again, Martinez back safely. Whitey in first place in the East, 18 points after an extra innings win over Harwich to hop them. Mariners in second with 17. The Anglers third place with 14 points. Orleans with 10 and Brewster just 7. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt outside, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zach Ashford. Boy, tough start to the season for the Whitecaps. 3-12-1.
You see it in pro sports a lot. Teams that'll win a championship and then struggle out of the gate the next season. But with the amount of turnover for a summer ball team, you wouldn't expect it.
That's right. And that's why it was so incredible when YD could win 3 straight.
Right.
Martinez off of first. Conlon sets. 2-2. Poked foul to the backstop behind the plate.
And still had a very good team last year. That Red Sox squad in 2017 was very capable of making a run. They were a few outs away a couple of times from advancing to the second round and getting past the Whitecaps.
Well, you can always play could've, would've, should've.
Yep.
But if Cole Cottom, a catcher from Kentucky, doesn't get hurt, if Alex McKenna doesn't get hurt in right field, it's a different look. 2-2, runner goes. Check swing, call the ball. No throw down to second base, and now they appeal to second. Frank Auditory says no swing. Chatham dugout doesn't like it, but the count runs full.
I think that could have been a strike location-wise as a possibility, and also as the swing, and Tom Holliday doesn't like it.
It's a breaking ball that came in. Kind of a half-hearted swing there from Ashford, trying to pull it back. Full count, 3-2. Called strike 3, fastball outside corner. Ashford thought he worked a walk. Instead, strikeout number 4 for Jack Conlon. Through 2.5 here at Veterans Field. No score between the Red Sox and Anglers. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Eight, 9-1, due up for the Anglers here in the home half of the third. No score between YD and Chatham. Tom Holliday just wrapping up an extended conversation with Ricky Antonio, the home plate umpire. They thought Zach Ashford went around on the swing. Umpires disagreed, but the next pitch called strike 3.
Right, and it was a strike 3 that could have gone either way. So you could even just classify that as a makeup call.
Jake Taylor stepping up, the right-handed hitter. Just 150, 10 strikeouts and 20 at-bats, the first pitch. Breaking ball called a strike on the outer third.
Just loved Kaufman so far in this ball game. Ton of ground outs, just the one hit. Not a whole lot of contact.
0-1. Fastball clips the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Each club has just a hit here through 2.5. Kaufman winds the 0-2. Fastball misses up and away.
And you shouldn't be worried that Carl hasn't recorded a strikeout yet. He's not a strikeout pitcher, just 2 in his most recent start against Kituitt. he finds other ways to get outs.
Kaufman to the line, 1-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt. What do we call that? There's the broadcaster's curse, and that's
whatever the opposite of that is. I'll take it for sure. That was pure filth, starting off at the knees and then falling low. No chance to get that.
Strikeout number 1 for the first out here in the home half of the third. That brings up the 9-man, Brandon Fryman, hitting .231 here for the Anglers. First pitch to the righty. Breaking ball clips the knees on the inside corner. Kaufman, when he feels the groove, he works quickly, and we've seen him work fast tonight. Righty winds, 0-1. Fastball misses well outside. Seeing Carl Kaufman from Michigan, Tommy Henry as well, who looks much improved. The 1-1. Swung on and roped past the diving Christian Koss up the middle and into center field. A base hit for Brandon Fryman with 1 away in the bottom of the third.
I think it's very realistic that we see both Henry and Kaufman be either 1-2, 2-3, 3-4 in this Red Sox starting rotation as we get into the real meat of this schedule.
Tommy Henry certainly bulked up, and that shows on the fastball, adding some velocity from last summer, and he just looks much more comfortable serving as a starter here as opposed to a bullpen guy for the Red Sox. Here's Greg Jones, the 1-man. The man aboard the first pitch. Breaking ball just misses away.
I think he would be honest with you that he didn't have his best stuff last summer. And it was probably a good experience for him to get out and see where he needs to get to. And although it's a small sample size, he's brought that early on here.
Ryman off of first. Kaufman from the set. And time called here by Jones. Grounded out to the shortstop. In his first at-bat of the game, back in the first inning. Flag blowing out towards right field. 1-0, runner goes, swung on and missed. Throw down to second under the glove of Koss. And a stolen base for Brandon Fryman.
That's unfortunate because Matt Dyer has an absolute dart behind home plate, and that's either just a couple inches higher if Koss can get that on the bounce. They've got Fryman dead in the water.
So it's Fryman to second base with the swiped bag and with just an out. Runner in scoring position for the Anglers, their first of the night. 1-1. Called the strike, breaking ball outside corner. Kaufman ahead here of another Anglers hitter with an out. Home half of the third, still no score. Kaufman, first base side of the rubber, sets at the chest. Kicks, and he goes over to second base. Time called first, though, by Greg Jones. Outfield, fairly straight away as the flags blow out toward the fence. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Another breaking ball in the dirt, and Kaufman with his second strikeout of the evening.
That's his put-out pitch for sure. If he can get that breaking ball to fall south, that's going to be the one that he's got.
So with 2 away, it's John Rave here in the third inning. Still no score, but a runner in scoring position. That's Fryman at second base. Rave, the lefty, tagged the ball to right, but directly at Reese Albert. The first pitch. Misses low and away.
You'd have to think a lot of this at-bat is going to be away from the lefty Rave following that good contact.
5-game hit streak snapped in the 7-3 loss against Wareham 2 days ago for Rave. 1-0 offering. Breaking ball, outer third, called a strike.
That's just a great pitch because there's not a whole lot you could do about that as a lefty hitter. You're not sure if it's going to fall into the zone, and it's not worth it this young in the count to take a wave at it.
Sun sinking beneath the trees in left field. Kaufman sets, 1-1. Waved at and missed. Again, off speed on the outer third, and Carl Kaufman in the driver's seat. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Runner at second base for the Anglers, but still no score between Whitey and Chatham. Rave, the lefty, settles in. Kaufman, the righty, sets at the chest. 1-2 delivery. Swung in a ground ball to the left side. Koss at short, fields it, and in time to first base for the third out. No runs on a hit. One man left on base through 3 at Veterans Field. No score between Whitey and Chatham. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Flying through this one, top of the 4th. And no score between Whitey and Chatham. About 45 minutes to get through the first 3 innings. It's the 2-man Noah Campbell leading off the 4th inning for the Red Sox. The first pitch. Check swing, called a strike on the outer third.
I'm fine with that base. I don't know about you, but see a good ball game, a pitcher's duel.
Here's the 0-1. Misses down low. Each team with 2 base runners. For the Red Sox, it came on a hit and an error by the shortstop, Greg Jones. 2 hits for Chatham. 1-1. Swung on in line just to top that Anglers dugout on the third base side. Well, the first game was a dandy, a 1-1 tie. Looking like we're inching towards, or racing towards, another good one. 1-2. Misses away, a fastball. Campbell hitting .360 coming into this one. 2-2. Swung on and chopped to the first baseman. English leaves it behind for a moment, but picks it up with the bare hand to step on the bag himself for the first out.
It's kind of funny. He fielded it right behind that first base bag, or at least tried to, bobbled it, but he bobbled it right onto the bag, so all he had to do was pick it up and touch it.
Andrew Dashbach up for the Red Sox. First at bat, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the first inning. Dash plenty of pop at the bat. Also leading the Red Sox. First pitch, swung on and jammed in on the hands to the left side, fielded by Ramirez at third. On time to first, but Dash still the hottest hitter for YD. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
The left fielder, number 27.
Couldn't ask for a better result there from Conlon against YD's best hitter. Just get that one pitch ground out. Not even hit hard.
That brings up Quinn Cotton, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Still no score. Just 3 combined hits between these 2 clubs out on the scoreboard. Conlon the windup in the first pitch. Tapped. That's foul behind the plate.
A lot of first pitch swings here from this Red Sox group here in the first few innings against Conlon.
And I think that's what we've seen is YD, the offense has really gotten going. Conlon went into the windup, but Cotton wasn't ready and the umpire called for time.
You think someone's going to groove a fastball to you down the plate, it's probably going to be your best chance to get a hit in the at-bat.
The righty Conlon, this time into the wind, 0-1. Breaking ball dips outside. Red Sox only hit of the evening came with their first batter of the game, Zach Ashford. Conlon steps off for the Anglers, a hit in the second and the third as well, both with an out or more as the 1-1 is swung on and into the playground in the right side foul. So ball and 2 strikes on the Grand Canyon product. WAC Player of the Year. Hit just below 400 for the Antelopes. 1-2. This one spoiled as well, out of play right side.
And he's not the kind of guy that goes down easy. You almost never see him strike out. He puts the ball in play pretty much every time and usually makes good contact as well. So it's no surprise to see him fight off a couple here.
Conlon winds up 1-2. Just misses away. Off speed, outer third, couldn't clip the corner.
You could see Cotton follow that one all the way with his head. Watch it fall off the plate.
Count even 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped to the second baseman. That's Fryman who fields. On to first in time, and the Red Sox down in order here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base through 3.5. No score between YD and Chatham. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It's been a dandy here at Veterans Field. No score. Home half of the 4th inning. Just 3 combined hits between YD and Chatham. Brandon Pelter, Dana Gray here. Happy that you are joining us on this gorgeous Friday evening. It's Tristan English, the 3-man, stepping in to lead off the bottom half of the 4th inning. English came in today hitting over 400. He's 0 for 1 today. The first pitch swung on in this one, rope to left center field. Cotton giving chase, looking up, and it's gone. A solo shot for Tristan English to left center field, and just like that, a 1-0 lead for the Anglers.
Well, we were just talking about grooving fastballs to start at bats. English was sitting on that right down the middle. Gives it a great ride. Cotton looked like he might have had a beat on it for half a second, but that's just raw power out of here.
3rd home run of the season for the Georgia Tech ball players. Colin Simpson now digs in the lefty. Kaufman will have to really rebound here. Just a run on the big fly. 1-0. Chatham leads YD here, home half of the 4th. First pitch from Kaufman. Swung on and hit up the first baseline. Dashbach down to an E-field, and he takes it himself for the first out.
He couldn't ask for a better result. Might think that starting pitcher like that after cruising for a little bit gives up the dinger. You just want to keep going through your rhythm. Whole lot of ball game left.
Here's Drew Mendoza from Florida State. Hit .313 this past season here in the spring with the Seminoles. Last season with YD, hit just .171. First pitch. Called a strike. Mendoza, last year we saw some longer locks. Short haircut so far this summer. 0-1. Swung on and roped up the first base side, but foul.
A little bit longer, yeah. He was definitely one of those guys that you can notice the hair. Nick Quintana, he's got great flow. He's brought that back, though. You think about growing out the hair at some point this summer, Brandon?
Not a chance. 0-2. This is well outside. I just, not something that I can do. I can't pull it off. I mean,
you can do it. It's just you make a wise decision not to, I guess.
It's the correct
decision.
The correct decision. Can't pull anything off like Nick Quintana in that man bun.
It's impressive stuff.
Mendoza calls for time. Lefty takes a moment to clean off the barrel of the bat. Now he's ready, as is the righty Kaufman. The wind and the 1-2. Swung on, and this one driven out to deep right. Reese Albert looking up. Goodbye. Up the hill for Drew Mendoza. And he hits a solo shot off his former team. Now a 2-0 lead for the Anglers.
And that's what you call a no-doubter, folks. Reese Albert turned around in right field, and I don't think he even took a step towards the fence. That one was long gone before he was even off the bat. That's got to be a good feeling for Drew, getting his first homer of the summer and get a little bit of contact as well. I mean, batting under 100 entering today. And that surely will help his confidence.
Confidence, batting average, home run tally, RBI runs. Helps a lot. 2-0 lead here for the Anglers, home half of the fourth. It's Adam Fogel now up with just an out. First pitch, fastball called a strike. Colin Simpson, a ground out sandwiched in between a Tristan English and Drew Mendoza home run. 0-1. Swung on a grounder to the right side. It's Dashbach that fields, flips on to first. And in time, Kaufman covering the bag with Dash well off the line.
Especially the way that Jack Conlon has been pitching. 2 runs in a game like this seems pretty large, even though it is only the bottom of the fourth.
So with 2 away, it's Ben Ramirez. 0 for 1 so far tonight. A ground out to Koss over at short. The first pitch. Check swing, called a strike nonetheless. Outer third at the knees. Kaufman quickly back to the first base side of the rubber. 0-1. Skips its way to the dirt. Two big flies from the Anglers this inning. Tristan English and Drew Mendoza delivering. The 1-1. Swung on a grounder to right slowly. Past the glove of Noah Campbell, the second baseman. Stationed more toward the second base bag. Had a long run and just hit the strings on the outer portion of that glove.
Still gave it a great effort. Had to cover a ton of ground, but you could tell when that one was hit that it was probably going to squeak through the hole.
Jake Taylor now steps up. Man aboard, 2 outs, 2 runs already across here in the bottom of the fourth. Kaufman now back to the set with Ramirez off of first, the first pitch. Misses down low. Jake Taylor, his 11th strikeout of the season, his first at-bat this evening. Plenty of fans here at Veterans Field in the stands behind the plate, also out on the hill right and center. 1-0. Skips in the dirt and 2 balls and no strikes on the 8-man Jake Taylor.
One of those fans out on the hill just got a souvenir courtesy of Drew Mendoza. That one was pretty close to getting up on the street.
Don't know that anybody is going to find that Tristan English home run. Tree spanning from left center to left. Throw over to first, but Ramirez back safely. Kaufman, the righty, sets at the chest. Another throw over, and Ramirez back.
He is 4 for 5 on stolen bases this summer for the Anglers. You can understand why Kaufman's paying him a little bit of attention.
Kaufman sets, 2-0. Called a strike, clipping the outside corner. At USC, just 2 for 2 on the base paths for Ramirez. He leads off of first. Kaufman sets. Kicks 2-1. Runner goes. Breaking ball misses inside. No throw from Matt Dyer.
It's the perfect pitch to go on there if you're Ben Ramirez. Got a great jump as well. And even with the cannon that Dyer has behind home plate, just made the smart move and held onto the baseball.
Second stolen base of the night here for the Anglers. They push another runner into scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. 2 runs already across this half inning, giving the Anglers the lead. Kaufman sets. 3-1 home. This is down low, ball 4, and Jake Taylor aboard. First walk of the night for either side.
This is a Chatham pitching staff that gives up the fewest walks in the league. Red Sox middle of the pack. Especially the way that Carl Kaufman ran into trouble in those first couple of starts with the walks. It's nice to see that coming so late into the start in the fourth inning. But this is a big at-bat right here, trying to get out of this with only 2.
9-man Brandon Fryman at the dish. 2 men on, 2 outs. The first pitch misses low and away. Kaufman lost the strike zone, walking his first hitter of the night, and Jake Taylor. After a single to right for Ben Ramirez. 1-0. Breaking ball misses down low. Now Matt Dyer out for a trip to talk to his pitcher from Michigan.
Well, you can tell these pitching around guys a little bit at this point. I can't blame them. After you see 2 big power hitters take you yard like that, it changes your approach.
2-0 Chatham on top of YD. Both runs coming via the solo fly this half inning. In the bottom of the fourth. Now 2 outs and 2 men aboard. 2-0. Swung on and on the ground. Left side cost the shortstop. Fields over to first in time to retire the Anglers here, but not before. 2 runs on 2 big flies. Chatham, the 2-0 lead through 4 innings here at Veterans Field. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top 5 here at the ballpark, Veterans Field, and a 2-0 lead for the Anglers over the Red Sox. Brandon Pelter with Dana Gray. Dana whizzing through these first few innings, but Carl Kaufman got into a little bit of trouble last frame, giving up 2 big flies. Tristan English, a solo shot, followed up by Drew Mendoza. Mendoza, a bomb against his former team.
Oh, just absolutely crushed. You knew it the second it left the bat.
Reese Albert steps in. First pitch misses away to the lefty from Florida State. Hit .268 this past season. Still Conlon out on the bump. He winds 1-0. Swung on and grounded foul right side.
Conlon definitely his best start of the summer, exceeding those 4 innings he went against Bourne. Did pick up the victory, but this has been nearly perfect.
1-1 from the righty. Misses away. YD would definitely love to get a man aboard to start out this top of the fifth, try to put together a response. Just one hit for them so far. 2-1. Swung and slapped, but right at the third baseman, Ben Ramirez, who elevates a bit. A little hop to make the catch for the first out.
It's unfortunate for Albert just not finding that right spot. It's happened a couple times to the Red Sox hitters this afternoon, just not finding the right holes in the outfield. It's a good sign, though, to start the inning, make good contact like that.
Zach Zubia up next, DH making his debut with the Red Sox from Texas. First pitch, called a strike. Zubia 0 for 1 so far today. First at bat, drove a ball to deep center. Deepest part of the ballpark at 385. The 0-1. Misses outside.
This is a guy that can hit for power. Got a little taste of that in that previous at bat. 11 homers with Texas.
1-1. Just misses inside. To Zubia again making his YD debut. 6'4", 240. Freshman from Texas. 2-1. Misses away. Now in the driver's seat to a dangerous YD hitter.
It's the first time in a while that a Red Sox hitter has really worked a count against Conlon. Gotten 3 balls and at least forced him to work his way back.
Some action in the Chatham bullpen down the left field line. Here's the 3-1. Misses up and in. Ball 4. A leadoff base runner for the Red Sox. First time since back in the first inning to start out the game.
Just exactly what the Red Sox needed to try and get someone on base. Finally, they get it in Zubia, working that first walk of the outing for Jack Conlon. Maybe some signs of wearing down a tad. We'll see if Christian can move him over, a guy that seems to be finding his stride a bit on the Cape.
Rather not a leadoff runner for YD, but with 1 out, Zubia's at first. It's Christian Koss. First pitch. Holds it back, and that fastball misses low. Koss a line out to the second baseman, Fryman. His first at bat, hitting just .226. Finished the season up over 300 last year with YD. Leading the way for the Red Sox hitting. 1-0. Squares around, up the third base side. Great bunt. Ramirez charges, bare hands on to first. The throw gets away. Costes put Zubia over to third. And runners on the corner here for the Red Sox. Surprising Ramirez, who is well behind the bag at third, had to charge, bare hand, and throw on to first. And it was on the home plate side of the bag a bit. English couldn't keep it in front. YD in business.
Just perfection, good pace, perfectly placed down the line. And what the key was there is he surprised everyone because he took strike one, wasn't showing it on that initial offering. That allowed maybe Ramirez to back up a couple of steps, and now the Red Sox with something going here in the fifth.
Andrew Martinez up. The righty reached on E6 in his first at-bat. So Koss reaches on the hit. Zubia advances to third on the E5. 2-0, Chatham on top of YD. First pitch. Misses away. Chatham with their 2 runs coming in the last half inning, thanks to 2 solo shots. Conlon peeks at first. The righty sets first base side of the rubber. 1-0. Called a strike just below the letters.
Martinez here with 1 out. Don't try and be a hero. Just get something in play, even to the outfield, to the right side of the infield. Preferably through the hole. We'll see if Koss maybe going on a hit and run to try and take away that twin killing at some point.
Ball and a strike, 1 out. Runners on the corner for YD here in the top of the fifth. Throw over to first. But Koss back easily with the head first dive. YD trailing by 2 runs here. This game flying by a little over an hour into this one. We're already to the top of the fifth. Conlon, the righty sets. 1-1. Swung on and missed there by Martinez, and a big strikeout looming here for the starter.
Just the last thing you want to do with one away is not get the ball in play. Martinez has got to do everything that he can to not strike out.
Runners get their leads off of first and third, just an out top of the fifth. The Aggie peeks at first, comes set at the chest, kicks with the 1-2. Down and in, count evens out.
It's a great job to lay off that fastball that had a little cut downwards.
Red Sox no runs on 2 hits. Chatham 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors as well for the Anglers. Runners lead off the first and third for YD. Martinez, the righty at the plate. The 2-2. Misses down and in. Count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Just 1 out. Now another trip from Jake Taylor, the catcher.
You think you need at least 1 run in this situation, the way that Conlon's been dealing and looks so supreme through these first 4 innings. When you have your opportunities like this in a tight ball game, one that's moving quickly, got to capitalize at least a little bit.
Conlon in the red jersey here on this Red Shirt Friday. The payoff pitch. Swung on in a liner into center field. Coming on is Rave, and he makes the diving catch. Zubia tags from third. He scores, but a terrific defensive play from John Rave coming straight in and laying out for the second out.
Great job, though, by Martinez just to get the ball in play, especially when he was down in that count 1-2. Things weren't looking so good. To make good contact and with Rave forced to dive. No chance for him to pop up and get a throw in to get Zubia.
So the sac fly RBI gives YD a run. They trail by just 1 here in the top of the 5th. Koss still aboard, and it's the 9-man Matt Dyer. First pitch. Misses low, gets past Jake Taylor, and off the screen, the backstop. Koss over to second on the wild pitch.
If you're Matt Dyer, you want to make him pay here. Turn that into a costly mistake, because now a little base knock, even if it's into the shallow outfield, Koss has really good speed. He'll get a good lead off the middle bag. Could tie this game up.
Dyer taps on the plate. The Arizona Wildcat. Conlon sets 1-0. Swung on and a routine grounder to Ramirez at third. Across the diamond in time. Tristan English with the nice stretch across the bag. And that is the third out, but not before the Red Sox score a run on just 1 hit. It's 2-1 Chatham through 4.5. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Bottom of the 5th in Chatham, Massachusetts. The Red Sox scrape across a run in the top of the 5th. They now trail it 2-1 to the Anglers. Top of the order coming up to face Carl Kaufman. Greg Jones will lead things off. Cotton candy sky starting to peek over. Just what is a gorgeous skyline behind home plate at Veterans Field. Dana Gray and Brandon Pelter, not a bad place to be on a Friday night. Kaufman winds and deals the first offering for a strike. That'll fall in off speed. So Kaufman working against Jones, who's 0 for 2, batting from the left side. 0-1. That nabs the outside corner as well, both off speed offerings to begin Jones. It's quickly 0-2.
Boy, cotton candy skies. If we didn't have ice cream before the game, I'd be hungry.
I'm still hungry anyways. 0-2 to Jones. Fastball missing away. A ball and 2 strikes. And now the concession stand is open. We might have to duck out at some point. Apologize for the dead air, but at least you'll know where we are. Kaufman from the wind. 1-2 offering just nubbed foul. Jones will stay alive.
Well, we got a couple guys that have wanted to make their debuts. Alex Rosen, Max Brill are terrific beat writers, and Jake Jordan, the scouting liaison for the Red Sox. They could all fill in.
They surely could. Probably do a better job than us. 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Off speed. Curveball dropping low. The third K for Carl Kaufman. That's how the bottom of the 5th begins.
Great job of bouncing back for Kaufman after a difficult 4th inning, working through a few solo home runs, base hits as well.
1 away. John Rave to the plate, also batting from the left side. Kaufman winds and deals, just a tad offside. 1 away, no one on base in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 lead for the hometown Anglers. Kaufman winds, deals the 1-0. Fastball nabs the outside corner. Called strike 1-1 on Rave. Made great contact back in the first when he lined out to Reese Albert in right field. Then also grounded out to Koss. Here's the 1-1 pitch. This takes the inside corner for a strike. Quickly 1-2 on Rave.
Kaufman back into that rhythm, continuing to feel it and work quickly.
1 away in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 ball game. 1-2 pitch fouled straight back over home plate, clipping the trees above us. Brandon, you put your arm up like you thought you were going to make a play on that.
I had it.
Had it all the way. If you'd brought your glove, be sitting in it right now. Count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Carl Kaufman working against the center fielder, Rave. Here's the pitch, grounded foul to the right side.
If I had my glove and was about 10 feet taller, would have had a play on it.
Rave, a selection of the Boston Red Sox. Late stages of the 2016 draft, opting to go play college ball at Illinois State. Kaufman's 1-2 pitch stays away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Meeting number 2 of the summer, 2 of 6. Each team took a point back in the second day of the regular season, a 1-1 tie at Red Wilson Field. Kaufman from the windup. 2-2 pitch, lofted out into left field. Cotton has a beat on it, takes a step in or 2, and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Just about as routine as it gets out there for Quinn Cotton. And the sun not a factor. That's below the trees to his back as well.
So Kaufman gives up the 2 home runs in the 4th inning to English and Mendoza. And now just 1 out away from working a perfect 5th inning. Be a good response, especially after the Red Sox put a run across in the top of the 5th. He's got to face Tristan English, though, right now. Righty on righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lined foul down the third base line. English going to left field. He pulled it. Mendoza going to right field. He pulled it as well. As the power of the Anglers wakes up, they lead the Cape League in home runs. 16 and 17 coming in last inning. 0-1 from Kaufman, runs inside. Ball and a strike here on English.
For Drew Mendoza, just 314 going down the line to right, but 357 to left field where English went.
1-1 pitch, hit hard and through the hole on the left side, a base hit. Tristan English, back-to-back hits against Kaufman, and there's a man aboard with 2 away with a 4-man, Cullen Simpson.
And he just kind of tomahawked that ball up around the letters, able to line it into left field.
So no perfect inning for Kaufman, and now Scott Pickler strolling out of the Red Sox dugout on the right side. There's been action in the YD bullpen for a couple innings now. We'll have to see if Pick is going to make a change, in fact, or if this is just maybe some stalling tactics. We've seen it before. It wouldn't be the first time. But now it looks like he will, in fact, make the signal and make his first change of the afternoon. Red Sox trail by a run here at Veterans Field. Pitching change on the other side of the break. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the fifth inning continuing in Chatham, Mass. 2-1 lead for the Anglers, and the first pitching change of the inning for either side. Carl Kaufman goes down, and Braden Fink will enter the ball game with 2 away and a runner on first, making appearance number 4 of the summer.
Fink so far, 3.37 ERA, 1-1 record out of the pen.
Loss coming against Katuitt back on the 17th, picked up the victory against the Kettleers 4 days later. He went 3 innings in that one. Enters in the bottom of the fifth, 2-1 lead for the Anglers, working against Colin Simpson, the lefty. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch, curveball drops in for a strike. Fink from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. No surprise, he plays at Oklahoma. Sooner that's found his way to the Cape.
Still that funky deliveries. He starts to come set.
0-1 off speed. This outside. A ball and a strike to Simpson, who's 0 for 2 today. Pair of ground outs. The 4-man in the Anglers lineup this evening. From Oklahoma State. You'd have to think that these two have seen each other at least a few times. 1-1, runner going, swing and a miss. Dyers throw down to second. In and out of the glove of Koss, covering at second base. Swiped bag for Tristan English. Count will move to 1-2, but now a runner in scoring position.
He kind of, Koss that is, kind of got spiked going into the bag there. English going in with the slide, and we saw Christian against Brewster twisting the ankle up. Looked like he was flexing that right foot. That would be the same one that he hurt up a couple weeks ago.
Be the last thing that you'd want to see, especially to the last guy. Koss, who's really starting to find his groove this summer. But English, now on second base, takes his lead. Fink, a 1-2 count on Simpson with 2 away in the fifth. And time awarded to Simpson at home.
So let's put you to the test here. This is an easy one.
Oh, boy.
But Braden Fink.
Yes, sir.
Looks like someone familiar to you, no?
I'd say his stance, or we'll say pre-pitch stance, awfully similar to Craig Kimball, hanging down his shoulder, getting very low with the dirt. Goes into it here and delivers the 1-2, just fought off foul to the screen behind us. Kimbrell getting the save last night, but now he's playing little rivalry matchup with your Yankees, my Red Sox tonight.
Big first place on the line in this series.
There's been no fisticuffs yet between us.
No, but just a couple home runs for the Yanks.
No, that's not what you want to hear.
5-0 lead.
2-1 lead for the Anglers. Bottom of the fifth, 2 away. Runner on second. Fink versus Simpson. 1-2 on the way. Foul tipped in and out of the glove of Dyer. He couldn't complete it.
I'd say, though, that Fink goes down even lower than Kimbrel. I mean, he just about drags the knuckle in the dirt.
I'd say the only difference is Kimbrel stretches out his non-throwing hand. Fink, he keeps it in tight. His mitt right on his right thigh.
Tucked in the hip.
Comes in set. Glances back at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just fought off foul once again. Healthy at bat here for Colin Simpson, putting in some good work against the first reliever of the ball game. Carl Kaufman, he goes 4 2/3. 6 hits, 2 runs so far, though, is the responsibility of English, who singled off of him for his last plate appearance. Fink, the lefty, comes set once again and readies yet another 1-2 pitch. Here it comes, poked over the head of Christian Koss and falls in for a base hit. Corralled by Ashford out in center field. No play at home. English will touch, and the Anglers regain that 2-run lead.
Boy, just sticking the bat head out there on the pitch on an outer third, and just getting it off the end of the bat. Not enough to get out towards Zach Ashford, who was playing deep in center field, and just dunking in. That gets the job done, though.
RBI single for Colin Simpson, his second RBI of the summer. He now stands on first, and it's a 3-1 lead for Chatham. Drew Mendoza at the plate. Snap throw over to first. Dashbach applies the tag, and they got him. Phenomenal job by Braden Fink, who caught Simpson sleeping at first, but the Anglers do score a run. We go to the top of the sixth. 3-1 lead for Chatham. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. We're through 5 full innings at Veterans Field, and right now the Anglers, with a 3-1 lead, they tack on another run in the 5th inning, and that carries in to the top of the 6th, where Jack Conlon gives the ball over to Colin Palouse. Fantastic start for Conlon. 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, not earned, a walk and 4 strikeouts. Now Palouse in to make his second start of the summer.
Palouse, 2.25 ERA. No record, pitched in a loss against Brewster June 15th.
First pitch on the way to Ashford, right down the middle with a fastball.
Pitched 4 innings, 6 strikeouts of relief work.
Tall righty goes into the motions, delivers outside to even the count up at a ball and a strike. Middletown, Delaware native with 6'3", 235 on the bump. Going to be a junior at Wake Forest this coming year. From the windup, 1-1 to Ashford. Fastball hangs high. 2 balls and a strike on the leadoff man for the Red Sox. Collected what was the only wide he hit for quite some time to start the ball game about an hour and a half ago. 2-1 to Ashford. That catches the inside corner. Zach doesn't like it, but it evens the count up at 2-2. Gorgeous evening in Chatham, Massachusetts on a Friday night. 2-2 to Ashford. That's taken high. Push the count full. Not a lot better place you could be on Cape Cod. I'd argue across the country on a Friday night. Best baseball players in front of you. Great scenery. Perfect temperature. Payoff pitch is spoiled foul over to the left side over our heads, and the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Zach Ashford.
I don't know that I would want to be anywhere else.
And not with anyone else, Brandon.
Wow, that was sweet. I think that was a lie, but that was sweet.
Hey, we get to have some fun together. 3-2 pitch to Ashford. Here it is. He fights it off foul down the left side. Just a nubbler. Count stays full on Zach. And game number 16 for the Red Sox. 8-5-2 record for tops of the East Division with 18 points. Anglers playing in game number 15. They sit in 3rd in the division. It's exactly where they finished in the regular season last year before taken out by the Firebirds. Another payoff pitch and spoiled once again. Great at-bat for Zach Ashford here on Colin Palouse, who's allowing his fellow YD hitters to get a good look at the righty from Wake Forest in his first plate appearance of the evening.
Ashford does that, I feel like, time after time, especially lead-off games. Really works counts.
Palouse, the righty, deals. This one skied to the left side. Another foul ball Zach Ashford has hit to start off the appearance for Palouse. Mentioned a 2.25 ERA in just the one game. Ashford digs back in from the left side. Another payoff pitch. Fastball runs inside. Ball 4. Fantastic at-bat for the leadoff man for the Red Sox, who get a base runner with no outs in the 6th.
So not only does the dugout get a terrific look at all that Palouse has to offer, they also got a man aboard to lead off this inning.
So Palouse, a starter by trade. Technically, those 4 innings against Brewster don't count as a start, as he came in the later stages. But the way that first-year manager Tom Holliday wants to do things is put 2 starters in the ballgame. One for the 1 through 4 innings, next for 5 through 8. Ashford back in sliding on a toss attempt. Interesting formula, but it's worked out relatively well so far, and he gets to offer a lot of pitchers innings regularly. Campbell swings at the first pitch, lofts it foul to the left side.
I would love to hear what Scott Pickler thinks about that. I mean, an old school baseball guy does not buy into launch angle. Doesn't you're going to see the suicide squeeze. He'll have his 4-man bunting. I mean, old school guy, small ball, stolen bases, hit and run. Don't think he would buy into it.
Pick in his 21st season here on Cape Cod. Holiday in season number 1, taking over for longtime Chatham A. John Schiffner. Now doing some coaching at Maine. 0-1 count on Campbell. Another toss over with a tag applied on Ashford. He's back in safely. Paying a lot of attention to that leadoff man for the Red Sox, who's shown great speed in that spot for YD. Though only 3 for 6 on stolen bases this summer. 0-1 pitch from Palouse, cut on and fouled with Ashford going. Campbell in a hole, 0-2. Ashford with a great jump and another hit and run put on by Pick.
This game's slowing down a bit. I mean, we were racing through the first 4, took about an hour, and now nearly 30 minutes to get through a frame plus.
Well, we were scoreless through 4. 2 homers from Chatham, put them up 2-0, and then the teams have traded runs in the 5th inning. Here in the top of the 6th, 3-1 lead for the Anglers. 0-2 to Campbell. Soft grounder to the shortstop. Jones up with it, flips to second for one, over to first, and they got him. 6-4-3 double play turned by the Anglers, a twin killing. And just like that, there's 2 away in the 6th inning.
Bang, bang over there at first. I don't think I agree with the call neither. Dan Jaffe, first base coach, having an extended conversation with Rudy Fernbach.
Campbell was hustling down the line. And according to Fernbach, he was out by just a couple inches. Just like that, there's 2 outs in the 6th inning. Andrew Dashbach will settle in. 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. First pitch, tries to check his swing. They'll appeal down to first base. Fernbach waves his hands across. No swing from Dashbach, the hottest hitter for the Red Sox. Leads YD with a .378 clip entering today. 1-0, grounded, bounding foul into the dugout for Chatham. 1-1 the count. Red Sox, the top offense in the Cape entering today. Best batting average collectively, best on-base percentage, most hits. Only strung across 1 run today. 1-1 to Dashbach, grounded, this time foul to the right side. Count moves to 1-2 with 2 away. Also struck out the fewest times. So this is a lineup that's putting together good at-bats consistently. And it's not like they score a ton of runs. A lot of close games, a lot of low-scoring games. Finding a way to make contact and hang around in ball games and come away with it at the end. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Palouse steals. This one low, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But for YD recently, a little bit of an explosion with a 10-4 win against the Firebirds, 12-1 against Harwich.
Showing some signs of life. 2-2 pitch to Dashbach. He hangs off of it. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Dashbach goes down by way of the K. And Palouse gets out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 lead for the Anglers. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the 6th inning at Veterans Field. 3-1 lead for the Anglers over the Red Sox. And Braden Fink back out to pitch the 6th inning. It'll be Mendoza, Fogel, and Ramirez expected. Last time up, Mendoza, just an absolute no-doubter over the right field fence. Climbed up that hill in right field and doubled the Anglers' lead at that time. Now it's 3-1. Lefty on lefty matchup to begin the bottom of the 6th. Fink deals, cut and a miss from Mendoza. So Kaufman goes just 4 2/3 innings. Tabbed with the loss at the moment. Fink in to save him and close out that 5th inning. Did give up the run, but it was put on the tab of Kaufman. Lefty from the windup. 0-1 offering off speed, and Mendoza swings through it. 0-2. Meeting number 2 of the regular season between the Red Sox and the Anglers. 4 more to come after today. Next up will be a July 8th meeting at Red Wilson. 0-2 count on Mendoza. Lefty Fink winds and fires. Fastball buried in the dirt. Mendoza checks his swing. 1-2 the count. Now they'll appeal down the third baseline to Frank Auditore. He waves his hands. Ball and 2 strikes. The count will stay.
Dyer's got to know better there. Check immediately. When you wait long like that, chances of getting a call dwindle.
Mendoza from Florida State. Fink from Oklahoma with no outs in the bottom of the 6th. 2-run lead for Chatham. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball stays high and pushes Mendoza out of the box. He lays off of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's 1 for 2 with a homer. Also grounded out back in the 2nd inning. Responsible for a third of the Anglers' runs so far through 5 innings. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Goes fishing off speed out of the zone. And there's 1 away in the 6th.
Really good work there by Fink. You come in tight, ahead in that count, kind of back Mendoza off the plate. And then go away from, swings through it.
So Fink picks up his first strikeout of the evening. Gave up that single to Simpson, but before he even threw a pitch to Mendoza, picked him off to end the 5th inning. Vogel at the plate. Lefty on righty begins with a shot out in the left field. Cotton giving it a race. And this a fair ball. Around first goes Vogel into second base standing. A 1-out double for the right fielder for the Anglers, who have a runner in scoring position.
That one just served up Vogel. Able to go with it, take down the left field line.
From the University of Southern California, number 5, Ben Ramirez.
Runner on second with 1 out for Ben Ramirez, who's 1 for 2 today. Singling previously in the 4th inning. Also swiped a bag. USC product just finished up his freshman campaign where he batted .265 through 33 games. 17 runs batted in. Can pick up RBI number 6 on the Cape League summer with a base hit with Vogel getting a lead off of second. Fink hangs his left hand close to the dirt. Now comes set at the belt. Glances at second and delivers. Off speed, connects at the knees for a strike. Still a great crowd at hand at Chatham, Massachusetts and Veterans Field. One of the best ballparks across the elbow. That sees high attendance pretty much every year. Fink delivers home after time had been called. Bizarre play with Costs running over to second base. Time awarded, though, by Rick Antonio.
Tom Holliday again out of the dugout. Unhappy with no call of a balk, I guess. But, I mean, Fink still delivered home.
Lefty on lefty with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Soft liner coming in hard is Ashford. It falls in for a base hit. He's throwing home. Dyer makes the catch, not in time. Ball was hit by Vogel charging home. Anglers have their largest lead of the evening. It's 4-1 Chatham thanks to the RBI from Ben Ramirez.
That one in on the hands, just fighting it off to shallow center field. An aggressive call from Randy Whistler, the third base coach, to send Vogel around. The strong throw came in just too late.
Anglers riding a 3-game losing streak, 3 straight losses to all teams in the Western Division. In those 3 games, they only put up 6 runs in total. Now they've put up 4 off the YD pitching staff through just 5 innings and a third to build this 4-1 lead. Looking for more still, though, in the bottom of the 6th. Ramirez moving over to second on the throw to home plate. And Jake Taylor will dig in against Fink.
No action in the YD bullpen. It's all Braden Fink here in the 6th.
Taylor striking out, swinging, the first strikeout victim for Carl Kaufman to lead off the 3rd inning. Then walking in the 4th. Plates here in the 6th with 1 away and a runner on second. First offering from Fink stays away with a fastball. Taylor, the catcher tonight for Chatham, will dig back into the righty box. Hefty lead off of second for the speedy Ramirez. Second baseman Campbell playing close to the middle bag. Fink, a long look in, now steps off. Attention from Ramirez, causing a slower approach for Fink to home, who leans in to get the signs from Dyer once again. They agree, and Fink comes set. Throw over to second. Campbell running across, doesn't even bother applying a tag, and now he wants to go deliver the baseball to Fink, probably chat things over here.
Well, when Campbell, they're new to second base, getting a lot of work in there at the position, working on the throws from the angle. And so the daylight play especially takes some time to get used to. It's all a timing play out there at the second base bag. And for a guy new to the position, difficult to get it all down pat.
4-1 lead for Chatham at the bottom of the sixth with one away. 1-0 pitch, cut and a miss, fastball high. Ball and a strike on Jake Taylor out of Oklahoma State, going up against Braden Fink from Oklahoma. So more likely than not that these two have seen each other at some point this past season. Fink coming set just above the belt. The lefty facing the righty Taylor. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball stays inside at the knees. Scooting out of the way is Taylor, and it's 2 balls and a strike on the 8-man for Chatham. Brandon Fryman stands on deck. He's singled. The Anglers hope to push across this 5th run of the ball game. It's 4-1, and Ramirez standing on second base. Fink looks in, glances back at second. Now fires in the 2-1, grounded but foul down the third baseline, out of play. 2-2. Lights now on in full effect at Veterans Field, approaching the 9 o'clock hour on the East Coast. And you're right, Brandon, this one was scooting along through the first 4 innings. No runs, pitcher's duel, and then the runs came via the long ball for Chatham, and two count on Taylor. Ramirez off of second. Here's the pitch from Fink. Fastball that's inside at the shoelaces. Count has been pushed full. Great at bat from Taylor as this 6th inning continues. Mendoza struck out swinging. Then a double from Fogle. And an RBI collected from Ben Ramirez. It has plated this 4th Chatham run coming in the 6th. Fink, the lefty, long look in. Sets, now deals the payoff pitch off speed inside, ball 4. Just the 2nd walk given up by the Red Sox pitching staff, the first of Fink's appearance, but now there's 2 aboard for the 9-man, Brandon Fryman.
And this game only 4-1. I mean, it's a 3-run ball game, and it just feels like Chatham has had control ever since that 4th inning, the 2 big flies.
Scott Pickler out of the dugout, walking across the first baseline as the infield converges on the mound to chat with Braden Fink. Little bit of action in the Red Sox dugout, though most likely I think this just to maybe waste a little bit of time or chat things over. First and second is the situation in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. 3-run lead for Chatham here in what's turned into the 3rd week of the 2018 summer. Red Sox atop the East, thanks to that 11-inning win over the Harwich Mariners a couple of nights ago. We tried to play last night in Bourne for the 2nd time in a week. Rained out once again at Dorn Park. We'll have to see when that one gets rescheduled for. Of course, you can check ydredsox.com or the Cape League website to be up to date on that game. Possibly maybe turn it into a doubleheader at late point in the season. We'll have to see. As Scott Bickler will trot back in and Braden Fink regains the bump. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. 4-run lead for Chatham off of 9 hits. They've committed 2 errors. The line for the Red Sox, it's pretty easy. Just 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Ramirez off of second. Taylor off of first base. Fryman at the dish from batting from the right side. Fink deals the initial offering, connects with a strike on the inner third to get ahead of the 9-man Fryman, who's 1 for 2. Singling back in the third, that off of Kaufman, swiped a bag, and grounded out to Koss to end the 4th inning. Chance to do some damage here. Fink a couple of looks back at second. Now fires home a fastball that misses low. Dyer moving right to left to keep it in front of him. A ball and a strike the count. Check across the Cape League. The Bourne Braves out in front of the Whitecaps. Katuitt leading the Commodores 3-1. And the Mariners and the Firebirds doing battle. A couple Eastern Division teams. Orleans all over them 8-3. Fink against Fryman. Lefty v righty. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball that's just a couple of inches inside, according to Rick Antonio. 2 balls and a strike on the 9-man. The second baseman for the Anglers. Father Travis played 13 years in the major leagues for the Detroit Tigers and Cleveland Indians. Good bloodline there. Now playing in the Cape for the Anglers. Campbell runs over to second. Fink holds on to the baseball, now steps off. This 6th inning turning into a marathon. Only the 5th batter to come up for Chatham, but it seems like it's just dragged on with Fink dealing with a lot of runners on the base paths. It's 1st and 2nd with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 to Fryman. Fastball catches the outside corner. That'll even the count up at 2-2. Boy, would this be a nice time for Braden Fink's 2nd strikeout of the evening.
3 straight have reached base for the Anglers. 1 already came around to score. Needs to get this 2nd out here and really bear down.
Dashbach playing behind the runner over at first. Campbell close to the bag at second. Left side of the infield, all normal. Fink sets 2-2. Time called, pitch delivered. Scott Pickler's not going to like that. That was a late call by Rick Antonio as Fink was already in the motions. It's the 2nd time the timeout has been awarded a little bit late.
Well, Fink is taking his time out on the mound. And when you take that time, the batters, when they call for it, it's up to the umpire's discretion.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Brandon Fryman. Samford product with 2 aboard and 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. 4-1 lead for Chatham. Fink deals the 2-2. A liner out in the right field. Albert getting under it makes the grab for the 2nd out of the inning. Holding at second is Ramirez. Taylor will stay as well. And there's 2 away.
Big 2nd out there for Braden Fink. And now can't fully exhale, but take a shallow little breath and let the air out. Calm it down. Now you have 2 outs. Doesn't matter how you get that 3rd out. You'll be home scot-free to end the 6th inning.
1 across so far in the bottom of the 6th for the Anglers. Trying to tack on at least 1 more with runners on 1st and 2nd. In the top of the order, Greg Jones to plate, batting from the right side for the 4th time today. Facing the lefty Fink. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss going around as Jones tried to check it. The curveball dipping inside. He couldn't hold up. Count goes to 0-1. Uncharacteristically negative day for Jones at the plate. Back-to-back strikeouts coming in the 3rd and the 5th to follow out a ground out in the 1st. Entered tonight batting close to 300. Fink glances at second. Now comes home with the 0-1. Grounded just foul down the 3rd baseline. Nice job from Fink to let it trail to the left of the chalk line. It goes in a strike, 0-2.
Boy, that ball, if that stays fair, YD's not getting it out. Chopped high off the plate, halfway up the 3rd base line.
Ben Ramirez at second. It's Jake Taylor over at first. He just walked. Fryman flying out to right field, and now it's up to Greg Jones to extend this 6th inning. 4-1 lead for Chatham. Braden Fink with other ideas, trying to reduce the damage, about to offer pitch number 30 of his 4th appearance of the 2018 summer. Jones will step out and call time. Fink hangs his left hand close to the dirt, brings his body upright and readies the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He did go around, says Rick Antonio. A 3-pitch strikeout from Fink to get out of the jam with minimal damage. We go to the top of the 7th inning. 4-1 lead for the Anglers. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Please do not lean on the outfield fence. Thank you.
Through 6 full innings at Veterans Field, a 4-1 lead for the Chatham Anglers over the visiting YD Red Sox. Heart of the order coming up for YD, Cotton, Albert, and Zubia out to face Colin Palouse in inning number 2. Tall righty to face the right-handed Cotton, who's 0 for 2 today with a couple of ground outs. Looking for a base runner here. Swings and misses at the first offering. That pitch was so fast it went in and out of the glove of Jake Taylor. Cotton falls behind in a count.
Not only did it pop out of the glove, after it popped out, Cotton caught it on the backswing.
Top of the 7th inning, Red Sox trailing by 3 runs. 0-1 to Cotton. He takes for a ball to even the count up at 1-1. So the Anglers scoring in 3 straight innings, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. YD's lone tally coming in the top of the 5th. We're here in the visiting half of the 7th. 1-1 to Cotton, spoiled to the backstop. Ball and 2 strikes. Whitecaps troubling continues over in Bourne. They trail 14-0 to the Braves. Meanwhile, extra innings in Falmouth, 6-6 between the Commodores and the Kettleers. No outs, no one on base in the 7th. 1-2 to Cotton, lofted high into foul territory down the right side. Will get out of play. Keep the count at 1-2. Meanwhile, it's Spillane Field. Gateman out in front of the Harbor Hawks 4-1. And the Firebirds with a 5-run lead over Harwich. 8-3, Orleans leads it. Palouse's 1-2 offering. Check swing by Cotton. Makes a little bit of contact. Bit of an excuse me swing.
Just enough. Get a piece of it, foul it off.
Ball and 2 strikes with no one on base, no outs in the top of the 7th inning. Quinn Cotton at the dish. 327 hitter. 1-2 is a hard chopper to second base. Fryman up with it over to first in time to get Cotton for the first out of the 7th.
Cotton there kind of jammed on the inside. Not able to get out ahead of that.
One away in the top of the 7th. Reese Albert will plate for the 3rd time this evening. 0 for 2. a strikeout victim of Conlon back in the second inning. One of the 4 Ks the righty starter for Chatham would pick up. First pitch to Albert. He'll take inside off speed for a ball. This Chatham offense coming alive in the middle innings, struggling to score runs as of late, have found success here. 1-0 to Albert. Just flies it foul over to the left side. Ball and a strike, and Albert, a guy that you'd love to see get the bat going. He's batting .300 through limited plate appearances. The 1 homer, a solo shot back at Red Wilson Field. Palouse from the windup, 1-1. This one given out a ride out to the right center gap, and it bounces off to the wall. A 1-hopper. Albert, he'll be into second base with a 1-out double. Great contact there from the Seminole.
Drove that ball to the gap, exactly what Scott Pickler wants to see there. That's what he preaches. Hit the gaps with line drives. That's exactly what he got.
1 aboard and 1 out for Zach Zubia, making his Red Sox debut. Texas boy who's flied out in the second, walked and came in to score the lone Red Sox run back in the 5th inning. Now up to a Cape League plate for the 3rd time. Dyer off of second base. Colin Palouse, the righty, manning the rubber. Glances back at second and delivers home with a strike connecting on the outer third. Zubia playing in the Northwoods League last summer. He's got some power. He's the champion of their home run derby. A little bit late arrival to maybe make a go at the Cape League Derby, but home runs for the Red Sox will do. 0-1, breaking ball that stays low. Evens the count up at 1-1 on the designated hitter tonight for the Red Sox.
Hey, you never know. Get a hot bat. Get into things. Catch some coaches' eyes. That's what it comes down to. The GMs and the coaches, right? They make those votes.
It's a great point. No time like the present. 1 out in the 7th. Palouse will step off. Darkness fully eclipsing the Chatham sky. Lights on at Veterans Field. Still a lot of fans taking up every inch of this ballpark. 1-1 to Zubia. He swings and hits this one hard over to Ramirez at the gap. Throws across. Nice play by English to catch the ball high on a jump and touch on first base to get the out of 5-3 in the scorebook, but a wacky throw from Ramirez.
It was almost like a little chess match there. After English caught that ball, Zubia stopped and tried to make a move around him. English went for the tag and then said, yeah, I'll just step on first.
Easy enough for the second out of the inning. Christian Koss will come to the plate with Albert still at second base. He couldn't advance on that ground out. And a mound visit for Colin Palouse. He's gone an inning and 2/3, entering the ball game in the top of the 6th. That was scheduled. Supposedly, though, to come in the top of the 5th, but Jack Conlon was pitching so well. Tom Holliday figured he might as well leave him in for another inning. It worked wonders. 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs. That be for the righty.
Weird thing's got to be, though, for these guys coming out of the pen in these quote-unquote start roles starting in the 5th. You have no idea what the game is going to be like. When you're starting, you at least know it's fresh, no score, clean slate.
Koss at the plate with 2 away. First pitch, he takes for a strike on the outside corner. Fastball from Palouse.
But what if you come in and it's a 7-0 game, your team's winning down 7-0? I mean, I guess the theory is you don't want to be pitching any different anyways.
Right. Very different situation, though. It's a great point. Albert off of second base in the top of the 7th, 2 outs. 0-1 count on Christian Koss. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Late was Koss on that one. He's in a hole, 0-2.
I think we've seen a lot of that from Christian here early on, just not able to get on that fastball.
He'll have to protect here with 2 strikes on him, 2 outs. Red Sox trailing by 3 runs. Palouse, the righty, coming set right above the belt. Deals the 0-2. Fastball on the outside. 3rd, strike 3. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Colin Palouse, his 2nd of the evening. and he sends the Red Sox down. We go to the home half of the seventh, 4-1 lead for the Anglers. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Number 3.
2-3-4 due up for the Anglers in the bottom of the seventh inning. 4-1 lead for Chatham over YD. Braden Fink back out for inning number 3 of work, and he'll face John Rave, Tristan English, Colin Simpson. Expected Drew Mendoza to follow, if anyone can get aboard. 4 runs off of 9 hits for Chatham. Just the lone one for YD off of 3. Stranding a 1-out double of Reese Albert in the visiting half of the frame. Fink, the lefty, working against the lefty Rave. Deals the first pitch. Rave shows bunt, pulls it back, but a called strike.
We've talked about this game coming to a screeching halt, and part of that is due to Braden Fink just doesn't quite work as quickly as Carl Kaufman does.
Fink from the windup. 0-1, soft grounder foul down the first base line. 0-2 on the center fielder tonight for Chatham, who's 0 for 3, a line out, a ground out, and a pop out. One of the better hitters for the Anglers entering today. Over a 350 clip, 12 hits, lone home run as well. Fink sets and offers the 0-2 fastball at eye level. Ball on 2 strikes. 2 of 6 regular season meetings between the Red Sox and the Anglers. 4 more to come, all in the month of July. Fink's 1-2 on the way. A sky-high pop-up in the infield. Dash back, the first baseman calling for it, and he's got it for the first out of the 7th.
Boy, tell me other times where you would see the first baseman take that ball over the second baseman. That ball really more toward the second base bag, but Dash comfortable over there at first. Noah Campbell still getting used to things.
No, certainly was closer to second base. But Andrew has proven himself time and time again defensively for the Red Sox through his 12 games of play, and he took that one. So 1 away for Tristan English from the right side. Initial offering, fastball buried in the dirt, and Fink down on a knee on the bump. He fell during that delivery. Matt Dyer comes out a few steps to check on him. Fink waves him back, says he's fine, and goes and takes a couple of kicks at the dirt in front of the rubber. Give himself some better traction maybe on the follow-through.
Well, it's frustrating when that kind of thing happens. You just can't find your footing there. So you're annoyed at the mound, annoyed at yourself. You threw a ball, now you're behind to start at the count.
And against the wrong guy, too. English, 2 for 3 with a solo dinger and a single, 2 runs scored. Fink sets and offers another pop-up in the infield. This one will be for Campbell to catch, and he's got it 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning for Braden Fink.
Dash couldn't quite get over to that one. In shallow right.
Would have been a little bit of a run. He might have made a go at it.
Hey, he's got that sneaky speed, like a lineman, quick feet kind of thing. Bigger guy, but he's got the agility going with it. Swept 4 bags, rather, with Stanford this past season.
And he's shown good speed around the paths. Made some plays that most first basemen probably not making. 2 away in the 7th inning. Colin Simpson at the plate from the left side. Lefty Fink winds and deals. Fastball runs inside for a ball. 1 for 3, the left fielder for the Anglers. Singling previously in the 5th inning. And then was picked off by Braden Fink. A great move that caught him leaning the wrong way off of first base. That ended the 5th inning. Now Simpson looking for some revenge. 1-0. Breaking ball drops in over the strike zone. 1-1 with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th inning. Red Sox with the bottom of the order due up in the top of the 8th, hoping for some production here at Veterans Field. 1-1 to Simpson. Swing and a miss. Oh, Fink fooled him with a curveball dipping away. Ball and 2 strikes on the cleanup hitter for Chatham, who just looked silly.
Big Hack trying to add another run for the Anglers here, but that nice bite late. The end of that one and finishing down.
Fink sets just above the belt. 1-2, just nubbed foul. That run on the top half of the bat. For Simpson, he stays alive.
Coming in up high and tight inside. Simpson lucky to get around on that one.
Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. 2 away in the 7th inning. Fink working quickly. 1-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3, he got him. Out in front of it once again, the 3rd K of the evening for Fink. And that's all for the 7th inning. We go to the top of the 8th. 4-1 lead for the A's. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Through 7 full innings at Veterans Field, 4-1 lead for the Anglers over the YD Red Sox here in Game 3 of the 2018 summer. Colin Palouse to toe the rubber once again for the home squad, facing 8-9-1 for YD. Martinez, Dyer, and Ashford are expected. Campbell to plate if anyone can get on base, but base runners have been a problem through 7 innings for the Red Sox. Just the 3 hits, the lone run. That coming back in the 5th inning when Zach Zubia touched home plate. First pitch missing to Martinez. Palouse has been good. The second starter, if you will, for Tom Holliday out of the Chatham pitching staff. Working from the windup here, fires in the 1-0, tails away, 2-0 to Martinez. Advancing on that E6. Back coming in the 3rd inning, then was stranded. Palouse, the righty, facing the righty Martinez into the motions and delivers home. The 2-0, this inside. 3 straight balls to begin the 8th inning to Martinez. YD would love a leadoff base runner any way they can get it. Martinez digs back in. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Fastball, this inside. A 4-pitch walk issued to Martinez. Just the 3rd that the Red Sox have earned this evening. Whitey with a base runner and no outs, and a pinch hitter striding to the plate in Gabe DeLuca.
Pinch hitter for Yarmouth Dennis.
And
Number
for
16, Jonathan DeLuca.
Andrew Martinez, I think he's just starting to get more comfortable at the plate, seeing the ball better, putting together, well, that's a pretty straightforward at-bat, but putting the ball into plate a lot more.
So here's the Oregon Duck, Gabe DeLuca. He'll bat from the left side. With a runner aboard, no outs in the top of the 8th, 4-1 lead for the Anglers. Palouse, the righty. Snap throw over to first, sliding back in safely is Martinez. Decent speed off of the first base bag. It's Whitey trying to push a guy into scoring position. Palouse sets right above the belt. Daniils, the initial offering, that a tad outside with a fastball to DeLuca. He's been in and out of the lineup for the Red Sox. 214 clip entering today through a handful of 10 games. Does have that 1 home run, though. Martinez off of first base. 1-0. That connects for a strike. Just dips into the zone to even the count up at 1-1. Not crazy dimensions here at Veterans Field. 325 down the left field line, 314 to right, and 385 to dead center. Palouse, a quick throw over once again, and Martinez dirties up the Red Sox 3rd jerseys. Here on Red Shirt Friday, the home Reds donned by the Anglers. 1-1 to DeLuca. Off speed and off the plate. 2-1.
DeLuca coming off his freshman season, I think still just trying to figure things out, come into his own as a ball player, and really grow a perfect summer to do it here with Pick.
Righty on lefty matchup. 2-1 on the way. Fastball connecting for a strike at the knees. Red Sox dugout doesn't like it. Evens the count back up at 2-2 on DeLuca.
I don't think our strike zone has been all too big, mostly hitter friendly tonight. That one, little extended off the plate.
Martinez on first base. Now has to scamper back in sliding. It's a 3rd toss over from Palouse, paying a lot of attention. Martinez regains that 3-step lead. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fought off foul over the press box. Keeps the count at 2-2 with no outs. In the top of the 8th inning, 4-1 lead for Chatham. Scored runs in 3 straight innings, 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th.
Another Red Sox hitter putting together a really good at-bat, lengthy battle at the plate.
Palouse, he deals off speed. Another great attack from Johnny just to get a piece of it. Stay alive in this count.
We've said it a lot, but YD, I think, as the offense has started to pick up the past week or so, they've been aggressive at the plate, but disciplined. Haven't been chasing many balls in the dirt. Haven't been striking out a whole lot of times.
Another toss over, and this one gets away from the first baseman. English down to second. Will go Martinez with ease. That throw might have even hit the body of Andrew, sliding back into first base. Nevertheless, a runner in scoring position for the Red Sox with no outs.
Well, it either caught Martinez or the glove of English there on a bit of an underthrown ball. And fortunately for Chatham, they're not playing with a lot of foul ground here at Veterans Field. If we're somewhere else, you can see Martinez at 3rd.
Palouse glances back. Now it's second base where Martinez leads. Now fires home the 2-2. That on the outside corner. Strike 3. Ring him up. DeLuca goes down. There's one away. Perfectly placed by Palouse to get that strikeout.
And DeLuca just not looking. Fastball there. Caught kind of flat-footed and couldn't pull the trigger.
3rd K of the evening for Colin Palouse. Will now face the top of the order for the Red Sox in Zach Ashford. Singling a couple hours ago to start off this ball game. That was the lone hit for the Red Sox for a while. Runner on second with 1 out in the 8th. 3-run lead for the Anglers. First pitch to Ashford. He takes it for a strike right down the middle.
one of just 3 hits tonight for YD. And I think Zach Ashford has been such a bright spot for the Red Sox. A scrappy player out in center field, always gets a great jump on balls in the outfield.
Finds ways to get on base. 0-1 to Ashford. That on the outside third for a strike. Quickly, 0-2 on the Fresno State product. In a hole with Martinez on second base. He walked to begin the inning. Advanced into scoring position on an errant throw from the righty Palouse. But he's ahead in the count, 0-2 on Ashford. Setting just above the belt. Long look in, now deals, fought off foul to the left side. Past the Anglers, dug out by Ashford. Good protection hack there. Count stays at 0-2. YD home tomorrow, rounding out the regular season series with the Kettleers. Trail at 2-1 at the moment, thanks to that Father's Day sweep by Katuitt a couple of weekends ago. 0-2 count on Ashford. Here's the pitch. He buries it in the dirt. Zach lays off of it. Martinez holds it second. Still a ton of fans lining around home plate. Still a few out in the hill at Veterans Field, approaching 9:30 on the East Coast. Picture perfect evening. Great way to spend a Friday night. Two of the East Division's best going at it. Palouse sets, deals the 1-2. This grounded up the middle to Jones. He gathers it over to first, and he got him by just a step. What a cannon from Greg Jones in the hole, moving right to left to get Zach Ashford. Over to third goes Martinez, but there's 2 away, and Pick wants a word.
Boy, in the second bang play at first that Dan Jaffe, the first base coach, thought for sure was safe. Rudy Fernbach kind of giving him the hand, get back in your box, step away. But Pick, not a guy to get tossed, hasn't gotten tossed since he's been with the Red Sox, but he knows exactly what to say, how to kind of press the buttons, push the buttons of the umpire, and those couple parting words, they sit with you.
It's a great job by Jones to not only keep that ball in the infield, but have enough momentum. He was moving towards first, got the throw there in time, according to the first place umpire, Rudy Fernbach, who's now in a lengthy discussion with Scott Pickler. Made that call quickly, though. He was looking directly on the line at first base. Record the second out of the inning. Noah Campbell is waiting to plate now.
And not that it changes much, but he wasn't stationed at first base with the runner over at second. So he is behind the pitcher's mound at second base, the first base side of things, the right side of things, but nothing's going to change there.
Now Pick will take his time moving across the infield back to his spot as the third base coach. 2 away in the top of the 8th inning. 4-1 lead for Chatham over the Red Sox in meeting 2 of 6 of the regular season.
The second baseman, number 14.
Runner on third is Martinez. Walked, advance over to second on an error, and now is just 90 feet away from that second Red Sox run, and it'll be up to Noah Campbell to salvage something.
You know, Dana, Rudy Fernbach showed a lot of patience with Dan Jaffe, and to me that says maybe he's thinking twice about that call at first.
Nevertheless, 2 away, runner on third, Campbell at the plate. Palouse deals the first pitch, and this one lofted out to shallow left field. Going back is the shortstop, Jones, and it's off his glove. It dunks in. RBI collected for Noah Campbell, and the Red Sox cut into the lead. It's now 4-2 Chatham. Touching home is Andrew Martinez.
Just in on the hands, another instance of a Red Sox hitter getting handcuffed, fighting it off, and Greg Jones, the shortstop, had an incredibly difficult play running towards shallow left field and just kind of overran that ball. That's not an error, I don't think, though.
Surely not. The official scorer calling it an RBI single. Campbell picks it up. That's just his first run batted in a YD uniform, and it'll bring up Andrew Dashbach with 2 away. Campbell now off of first. 4-2 lead for Chatham. Ready Palouse into the motions, fires home, wave and a miss from Dashbach, well out in front of that breaking ball.
And with that 3-run lead for Chatham, it felt almost as if it was out of grasp, just like Whitey didn't have it. But now that 2-out RBI single here in the 8th, a little bit of life, and you see the call didn't go their way, responding to that adversity, trying to build a little momentum as we head towards the 9th.
Especially with the guy at the plate that can knot this game up with one swing of the bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dashbach. Off speed, tries to check his swing, and he can't. Nothing into the hole for Andrew Dashbach, who's 0 for 3. The ground out that ended with a double play in the first inning. Struck out looking previously in the 6th, and now in a hole, 0-2, with Campbell leading off of first base. Palouse, a long look in at the catcher, Taylor. Comes set and delivers home. Just high. Nice eye from Dashbach to lay off of it. A ball and 2 strikes.
Dash started the swing, thought about it. Was able to hold up well in time. But Jake Taylor behind the plate certainly thought he caught strike 3. Stood up, started a step or 2 toward the dugout.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Dashbach. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The curveball got him again. Fantastic job by Palouse to retire the most dangerous Red Sox hitter and minimize the damage. We go to the home half of the 8th inning. 4-2 lead for the Anglers. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Leading
4-2 lead for the Anglers as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning at Veterans Field. Night fallen in Chatham, Mass. And right now, the Anglers en route to a possible victory. It would be 7 of the summer. Red Sox hoping to avoid loss number 6 as Braden Fink toes the rubber once again for YD. He'll face Drew Mendoza to start off the 8th inning. Lefty on lefty. First pitch, nicked off the bat of Mendoza, buried in the dirt. Trying to check his swing, goes as a strike.
That pitch up high as well. Almost caught a piece of Mendoza. Nonetheless, came around.
No outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. No one on base. Here's the first. To Mendoza. Swings at it and lofts it out into left field, sending Cotton back, and he's got it on the run for the first out of the inning. Mendoza making some good contact, though, after entering today batting under 100.
Heck, is Quinn Cotton as smooth as it gets or what? I mean, gliding back to that ball that was out on the warning track.
Adam Fogel to plate with 1 out, and Scott Pickler out of the dugout. Looks like he might be going to the pen. And if that's the case, you got to tip your hat to Braden Fink, who's coming and put some good relief innings in for the Red Sox right now. 2 2/3, 3 hits to 1 run that earned, and also 3 strikeouts, timely Ks at that. As Rick Antonio will go over towards the pitcher's mound and try and break this party up. See if Pick's stalling or if he just wants to have a very long word, and I think I might know the answer.
Well, there are many times where Pick will have that long conversation and he doesn't even make make a move to the bullpen. It's the umpire that'll call on the new pitcher, and I think we might get that here in a moment or two. Pick just kind of kicking around dirt right now.
Still no signal made by neither Pick nor Antonio. There's a Red Sox reliever down in the distance in foul territory that is standing. Seems like he's ready to...
He's not even throwing, but a Pick right now is taking the time to have a conversation with Rick Antonio.
And now finally the home plate umpire will motion to the bullpen and call in the righty. Pick's going to keep him here, though, for a few minutes as the change will be underway for the Red Sox. Third pitcher to enter for YD. We'll have all the details on the other side. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Mitch Turansky on in the eighth inning for the Red Sox. Third hurler today for YD. The lefty out of Michigan State will come on in the bottom of the eighth inning. No one on base to face Adam Fogel, right-handed hitter, as Turansky will enter the ball game to follow Kaufman and Fink. Initial offering on the way, connects with a breaking ball strike.
Fourth appearance for the Michigan State sophomore. So far 1-0. ERA up over 13 and a half in limited work.
Hoping to decrease that here in the eighth inning. 0-1. That connects for a strike. Another breaking ball to Fogel, the right fielder today for the Anglers. Doubled back in the sixth inning, coming off of Fink, then also came around to score. Lefty on righty. 0-2 count. Pitch from Turansky, hit hard to the shortstop. Koss off his glove, regathers, no time to make a throw over. E6 will be charged to Kristen Koss, and Fogel will reach it first.
That's the first error for YD today, but still sloppy play on some throws down to second base, not able to hold on to balls and apply the tags. Little things like that that won't go down as errors in the scorebook, but missed plays, missed opportunities.
Red Sox defense was ranked worst in the Cape League entering today. League leading 22 errors. That the first of the evening. Ben Ramirez at the plate. He'll take ball one. Curveball that stays inside and high. Third baseman for Chatham, who's 2 for 3 with a single and an RBI double coming in the sixth. Now hoping to move Fogel off of first, who's got a hefty lead. Held on by Dashbach. Turansky's 1-0 on the way. Fastball right down the middle to even the count up at a ball and a strike.
And every single day, usually in the afternoon before YD even travels, if they're playing a road game, the coaching staff takes the fungos, ground balls after ground balls after ground balls.
Pitch on the way, runner going, throw down from Frisha, bounces over Koss, in sliding safely is Fogel by a mile. That throw didn't have nearly enough on it. So Freesia will go out to chat with Taransky. Fogel over to second base, and just a wacky toss. Thankfully, Noah Campbell was backing up Koss in the hole.
For Freesia there on that breaking ball low and away, a hard pitch to handle because he's going to be behind a step or two to begin with the off-speed pitch, and he had to kind of extend out and took a step toward the right-handed batter's box and then kind of threw in the other direction.
Lefty Ramirez digs back in, now with the runner in scoring position. One away in the bottom of the eighth. 1-2 from Taransky is a soft pop out into shallow center field. Ashford will come in a step or two and make the catch for the second out of the inning.
It's almost like that throw kind of reminds you of a quarterback scrambling, running to the left, and then turning and throwing it back to the right side. That weak arm throw with your body going the exact opposite way.
Taransky hoping that won't be remembered as the fifth Anglers run. Jake Taylor to plate with 2 away in the bottom of the eighth. 4-2 lead for Chatham. Fogel off of second base, advancing on the Christian Koss error, and then taking second. Taransky deals. First pitch, fastball dips a little bit low off the plate.
Taylor, a guy who struggled with strikeouts early on in this young Cape League season, but 2 walks today, just 1 K.
Doubling his walk totals that he had entering today through 7 games. Taransky glances at second. Once, twice, now delivers home. Off speed and away, 2-0.
And you see Noah Campbell moving in and out at second base. I think as this game has gone on, he's gotten so much more comfortable. The timing is better. When the throw isn't going to second, he's done a much better job of getting back into position as this game has continued.
2-0 count with 2 outs. Runner going. Called strike. Throw over to third. Gets away from Martinez. Scampering home is Fogel, and he'll score. 3-run lead for Chatham. The throw from Freesia got away from Martinez. Costly errors for the Red Sox in the eighth, and it's 5-2 Chatham.
And that throw just a little bit short, but third baseman has got to keep that ball in front. You have to do everything you can to keep that ball there.
Pitch was a strike, so 2-1 the count with 2 away, but now the base path's empty for Jake Taylor to work with. Back-to-back walks in the fourth and the sixth. Batting from the right side against the lefty, Mitch Taransky. Into the motions, 2-1 fastball at the knees, a called strike. 2-2. Taransky most recently going against Wareham in game number 1 of the doubleheader. Just went 2 innings, gave up 1 earned run. A walk and 2 strikeouts. 2-2. Fastball at the knees, strike 3. Got him looking to retire at the side in the 8th inning. We go to the top of the 9th. YD trailing by 3. We'll see if they've got a comeback in them. They trail 5-2. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. To the ninth we go at Veterans Field. 5-2 lead for the Anglers over the Red Sox. Whitey hoping to mount a comeback, but they'll have to do it against the righty Greg Valise, who's been solid so far for the Anglers, about to make appearance number 5, record of 1-1 with an ERA just over 2.
At Miami this past season, limited work, 4 starts, 5 appearances, just 17 innings pitched, but a 3.12 ERA and an 0-1 record.
Faces Cotton to start the 9th inning, who swings at the first pitch and flies it foul behind home plate. Cotton really struggled at the dish today. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Very uncharacteristic of the Red Sox left fielder. 0-1 to Cotton. Breaking ball that falls into the zone. Quickly 0-2. Quinn doesn't like the call.
For a guy that started 15 of 17 games in his Canes career, it's got to be a bit of an adjustment to this closer role.
Chatham up by 3 in the top of the 9th. 0-2 to Cotton. Fastball misses away in and out of the glove of Taylor. No harm done. No outs. No one on base. Albert is on deck, followed by Zubia. So some power coming to the plate for the Red Sox. 1-2 to Cotton, just snubbed foul to the backstop to stay alive in the count at 1-2. If Cotton can get on base, use those wheels. You've got Albert and Zubia. They've got some pop. Koss has been starting to heat things up, as well as Martinez. So his 3 runs, definitely not insurmountable in the 9th inning. Feliz to the windup. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Drop third, strike, throw down to first in time to get Cotton, and there's 1 away in the 9th.
There, Cotton just trying to protect things. Went down chasing.
1 out in the top of the 9th inning for Reese Albert. FSU kid batting from the left side. His teammate at school, Drew Mendoza, had a moonshot a few hours ago. Initial offering to Albert, tails inside for a ball. Last time up in the 7th, Reese hit that double into the gap. Was stranded. Next pitch, fastball right at the knees for a strike. 1-1 with 1 out. Red Sox trailing by 3 runs. 3-game winning streak on the line. 1-1, swing and a miss. Oh, he fished for that one well off the plate. Great cut action low. And he's in a hole 1-2. Valise working ahead of Cotton. Now out on top of Reese Albert. From the windup. 1-2, fastball away. Two balls and 2 strikes on Reese Albert, right fielder for the Red Sox, with 1 out in the top of the 9th. 5-2 lead for Chatham. 2-2, that dips low.
It's definitely the fastest fastball that YD has seen so far tonight.
Conlon went 5, Palouse goes 3. Payoff pitch to Albert. He ropes this one through the hole on the right side for a base hit. YD with some life here in the 9th with 1 out. And Zach Zubia stepping to the dish.
I think that has to be the mentality for YD. Just 1 at a time, pass the baton, keep things going. And Albert right on top of that one, lining it through the right side. Second hard hit ball from him tonight.
He's been starting to pick things up here. And a guy hoping to do the same, Zach Zubia, in his Red Sox debut. 0 for 2, walked in the 5th inning, came around to score that first Red Sox run. Now to plate in the 9th inning with 1 away. YD trailing by 3. Belize fires home, misses low with a ball. You're right, that fastball's got some good velocity, and Conlon and Palouse really were more locational pitchers, it seemed. 1-0, fastball stays high, 2-0 on Zubia.
Another guy with so much pop in the bat. 11 home runs this past year for Texas. He can drive the ball a long way.
Christian Koss is on deck. Feliz sets to the belt. Comes home with the 2-0. That connects for a strike right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike on Zubia. In the righty's batter's box with Albert off of first base. 1 out in the 9th. 2-1, breaking ball off the plate. 3-1 the count. Belize 1 pitch away from issuing 2 straight walks to the heart of the Red Sox order. Albert regains the lead off of first base. Feliz comes set. Zubia waiting. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Cut and fouled over the netting behind home plate. Another full count here for Greg Feliz to deal with in the ninth.
Just serving up a fastball there. Zubia couldn't quite catch up to it.
We'll see what he goes with here. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the 6th hitter for the Red Sox. YD trailing 5-2 in the top of the ninth. 1 out and 1 on. Payoff pitch to Zubia. He just fits this one that will fall on the Red Sox dugout or close to it over the netting. Another foul ball, and Zubia staying alive, trying to catch up to that heat that Feliz is throwing. Anglers got the scoring started with 2 solo shots in the 4th inning. English and then Mendoza. Teams have been trading runs ever since. Payoff pitch again to Zubia. Off speed, strike 3. Oh, he pulled the strings on Zach Zubia, who goes down. 2 strikeouts for Belize, and YD is down to their final hope.
Boy, and that ball didn't even land in the glove of Jake Taylor before Zubia knew strike 3, and he was making his way back to the first base side dugout.
Christian Koss, the last chance for the Red Sox. And a mound meeting now for Chatham. Albert is on first base. He singled, made great contact after Cotton struck out swinging. Now, since Zubia has struck out looking, and Koss, the last chance for the Red Sox to extend this ball game. They trail 5-2 with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. Koss responsible for one of the 5 Red Sox hits this evening. An infield bunt single perfectly placed down the third baseline. Now trying to keep this one going. Feliz sets, offers, cut and a hack and a miss from Koss, chasing that high fastball. He was behind it, 0-1.
Feliz really dialed that one up and looks so good coming in up high, but so difficult to catch up to and get the bat head down.
Albert on first base, 2 outs in the ninth. Feliz, 0-1, fastball on the outer third, called strike. Quickly, 0-2 on Christian Koss, who's in a hole. Feliz has been working ahead of all the YD hitters here in the ninth inning. Now just 1 strike away from ending this ball game.
Koss has seen 2 fastballs. He's got to be just guessing. Tough to figure out what's going to come next. Could it be a waste pitch, a fastball up high, a breaking ball in the dirt? Could he come right after him with another fastball?
Feliz readies the offering. 0-2, fires it home. Fastball just off the plate outside. A ball and 2 strikes. Feliz awfully close to painting it. Koss lays off of it to stay alive.
It's still, for Koss, a guessing game up at the plate.
Feliz set to the belt. Comes home. 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him. And that'll do it. Greg Feliz strikes out the side in the ninth, and the Anglers take it home 5-2. Chatham picks up victory number 7 of the season and snaps that 3-game losing streak. Conversely, the Red Sox lose their first in the last 4 games. They fall to 8-6-2. Brandon, an interesting ball game tonight that started off with a pitcher's duel. The loud bats for Chatham woke up, and the Red Sox just couldn't keep pace.
Yeah, and I think for YD, that quick start, getting through 4 innings in about an hour, it seemed like that was going to be the pace, but Carl Kaufman just couldn't quite find it there.
Red Sox back in action tomorrow. They host the Cotuit Kettleers at Red Wilson. 5 p.m. start for that one as the Red Sox hope to even up the season series with Cotuit. Conversation at home plate between Dan Jaffe and a couple of the coaches for Chatham. They're just not happy with each other. Probably something to do with that close call over at first base that Jaffe got himself into a tizzy about. They walk their separate ways. They'll have plenty of time the rest of this season to work things out. 4 more meetings upcoming between Chatham and the Red Sox. But for now, the Anglers take this one 5-2. YD still tentatively in first place in the East Division. Harwich was trailing 8-2 to Orleans, so they've stormed back to knot it up at 8 in the bottom of the ninth. So we'll have to see if the Red Sox will fall asleep in first place. Nevertheless, a chance to make good on it tomorrow against the Kettlers. 5 p.m. first pitch will be on the air right before that from Red Wilson Field. But for now, from Veterans Field, we say so long. For Brandon Pelter, I'm Dana Gray saying so long, good night. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.